Good morning, I'm Gerhard Mathangani with today's Sports Brief.
We will, of course, start with the Iron Bowl. The top-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide and number 22 Auburn Tigers are gearing up for the annual showdown in Tuscaloosa on Saturday. Both teams coming in hot after wins last weekend. Alabama once again enters the matchup as the number one team in the country and an offense that is rolling. Meanwhile, there's a lot of respect for the Tiger defense this season.
You know, their defense has played well. They're second in scoring in the SEC and scoring defense. They've got some very active, linebackers, very athletic on defense, make a lot of big plays. Very well coached. Kevin Steele does a great job with them.
They're very explosive on offense with a lot of weapons. They run the football well. They throw it well. They throw it deep well. Defensively, they got a lot of really talented players. I think they're one of the top defenses in our league. So, it's the same old story. They're one of the best teams in the country, like they always are, and you got to play really well to beat them. So, our guys understand that.
Of course, players, coaches, and fans remember how the Iron Bowl went last year. Auburn played the ultimate spoiler, keeping the Tide out of the college football playoff with a 48-45 win at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Last year's game was obviously a really good game. We wish it was the other way around and we could have won. But like you said, it was just that was a whole year ago, and we've kind of moved on from that. But it is a good learning experience, and we have to take what we've learned and we've applied that throughout this year so far, and we just have to continue to do that.
That was a real big challenge for us last year, and I think, this year they're doing pretty much a lot of the same things. They're a really great offense still, so I think we just have to, like I always say, execute coach's game plan, and we'll see what happens in the end.
We didn't play very well in the game. We made a lot of mental errors in the game, taking nothing away from them. They played really well in the game, and they deserved to win. We couldn't make plays when we needed to make them. Gave them a couple pick sixes for touchdowns. There's a lot of things to be learned in every game that you play, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned in that game for us. And we're going to have to execute a whole lot better to have success, in this game.
The Iron Bowl is set for 2:30 on Saturday in an almost full slate in the SEC. The league did make one change to the schedule on Monday. Now, due to the COVID issues at Arkansas, the Arkansas-Missouri game has been postponed. Instead, Missouri will host Vanderbilt on Saturday. The Commodores were originally scheduled to play a home game against Tennessee. Now, the league is evaluating when Tennessee and Vandy can make up that game. The rescheduling also allows for all 14 teams to play all 10 of its games this year. And finally, the start of the college basketball season is set for this week. Word out today, the Jacksonville State-Alabama men's basketball game this week will be on national television. The SEC network will air tomorrow's game live. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. in Tuscaloosa. And that is your sports brief. Our program continues next.